regarding holiness, there are no degrees of holiness. There is just holiness and not holiness. Or you are holy or you are not holy. In the garden, the man was holy. He didn't do anything to achieve holiness. He was simply made and set apart and with his God. And that's what made him holy. And then he made a choice, because the two greatest tenets of conventional religion were established by the serpent right there in the garden when he suggested you could add to the number of God. His goal was to diminish the person of God by suggesting that you could add to the number of God. And man believed this. Man, there could be others who were as God or as gods, and that the whole goal of life was to obtain and perfect the knowledge of good and evil, to train oneself in this knowledge, and therefore maintain, establish, perfect one's holiness, to increase holiness in yourself through your efforts, through your knowledge, through your discipline, your self-discipline, your learning. And all that's a lie. All of that is the foundation of virtually all religions, certainly in Christianity, that has hundreds, if not thousands of denominations. They all base it on that. And then every other perverted doctrine and theology comes from that, whether it's regarding rewards, where you go when this life is over, what happens in that world, how you're supposed to behave here, what makes God happy, what makes God unhappy, how God is disgusted with you. And all these religious things all comes from those two basic teachings that the serpent taught the man and the woman. You can add to the number of God. God is not an individual, in other words. And that's what it's key about. Yes, we are like him, but we are not to be another one of him, or as they would say, of them. The most evil doctrine is that which divides God up, because that diminishes him more than anything. It does not make God more to divide him up into three people. It makes less of him. And then to suggest that you can increase your holiness through the knowledge of good and evil. That's all religion. That's what religion has been doing forever, and it always will be. That's why he had his harshest words for the most religious people. And it was the taxpayers and tax collectors and the publicans and the sinners and all that followed him, because those were his sheep, the ones who know they need a